arm's reach 2 years later. Bird feeders are still up. I'll take you down there. I need to tidy up a little bit, obviously. So these 4 tree trunks here is where I had my semi-permanent shelter. There's one of my reflector walls, and it's still here, and all that wood, pretty much most of it, should be bone dry. Bit of tarp, didn't realise I left that here. There's my fire bucket, bit more tarp there. So that's the main reason why I came up here, because all this will be bone dry, good for burning. Beautiful. On the front of the bike there, I've got the one Tigris backwoods bungalow. Really easy this. It's in a dry bag, so everything will be nice and dry in there. I've got to first of all open it up and see what size it is, so I know what I'm playing with between the trees. I've got a feeling that it's not going to be big enough here. It's a no pole tent, so I do need 2 trees, and I need to set up a ridge line, but we'll see how we get on. Right, now on my backwoods bungalow, this is obviously the ridge of it. I've got a little clip there and a little piece of rope with a knot in it, so I can just unclip that, make a prusik knot on the ridge line, like so. Let's do it properly. That's one. There you go, nice prusik. I can just clip it back in, and that's movable, and it won't move anywhere. So no matter where I move that now, it won't move anywhere. Let's go and do the other end. Right, so there it is, roughly set up. I can always heighten the ridgeline if need be. I've got a quick release knot here. That's an E-bank hitch knot there, so that's fairly easy to sort out. So the pegs I'm going to use, I always use the same pegs with all my tents, is the Lavu pegs. Apart from the lightweight tent, I've got the FE Active. I use aluminium pegs with that. So with this one, I'm going to be using the Polish Lavu pegs. I think they're brilliant pegs. Right, so it's not perfect, but it will do. There we go, that's the door that's open. It is a Baker style tent, so I've just got it guyed out to a bungee there, and one up in that tree over there. I didn't film putting it up all the way because I am losing light, and I've got other camp chores to do yet. But yeah, this tent isn't ideal for 4 seasons because it's only single skin. Right, so I'm going to bring you through the bag that I had on my back. It was an absolute nightmare getting in here. Trees down everywhere. It's predominantly pine woodland. It is one of my permission woodlands. I don't give away any of my locations because that's just something I have with the landowners. I have 4 or 5 permissions where I don't show too much to give my locations away, and I never tell people where I go anyway. On the back of the bike is in the panniers is 2 bottles of gas for the stove, because I brought the primer stove with me as well. A few other little bits and pieces like bushcraft gloves, that kind of thing. And then the other side is the axe, the Winchester Bowie knife, because I thought I might have to cut my way into here with ferns to this little bit, but it was fine. And the Laplander saw, which has helped me out tremendously just getting in here, because I've had to cut my way in most of the little routes that I use to get into this woodland. trees just down everywhere. I can't do anything with the big trees, obviously. I haven't got a chainsaw with me, although that might be an idea for the future. But yeah, the little Laplander saws come in handy when I've, you know, something about that size. I've gone through it, moved it out of the way, did 2 or 3 of them. Without further ado, let's have a look in the bag. Right, okay, so I've just got everything out of my bag. Didn't realise the camera wasn't even turned on, so I'll quickly run through it all again. So in the front of the bag, in this part, was the ridgeline and the tent pegs. Easy access on the outside of the bag, doesn't matter if they get wet. Inside the bag, I had a 70 litre dry bag, everything else was in that. In this bit was this piece of foam, which I use as a seat. It's just an old piece of foam that I've covered in masking tape. I've got a couple of logs at camp here, put that on top, makes a nice seat. I had my Kindle for a bit of entertainment when I'm off camera late at night, and a thermometer so I can tell how cold it gets, and a spare battery for my new radio. I've bought a new radio. This is the Bofang GT3TP. I am a licensed radio operator. I'm radio operator. The 3TP just means that it's tri-power, three settings of power. You've got output power of 1 watt, 4 watts and 8 watts. I've not programmed it yet. I do like to listen to the radio during the night when I'm asleep, before I go to sleep kind of thing. Listen to Radio 4. Most of my subscribers will know that. So yeah, I've not programmed it yet. I may do a video about programming it. It has been on the outside of the bag, just clipped to one of the straps, and it's been rained on, hailed on, and it still turns on, so great stuff. Right, we've got frying pan. Big bag of food for later on. What else have we got? Oh, camera stuff was in there as well. And I've got my tool roll with my utensils, cooking utensils, pair of scissors, pot grabber. I've got an open L knife in here. They are locking knives, but I'm in permission woodland, so I can have a locking knife, I can have whatever size knife I want, and a spatula in there. Yeah, just so I'm not going to go through all the lore on knives. Like I say, I brought the Bowie knife with me. I'm in permission woodland, so there's nothing really the police could say to me. Right, that's that. Then for sleeping gear, we've got the Mammoth Always Summer down sleeping bag. 150 quid. Will go down to about -18. Now I wouldn't like to try it in -18, but I think the comfort level is at 0, so should be fine. Sleeping mat is the Trekology Aloof's UL50. Pillow, again, Trekology Aloof's 2.0 pillow. This is a little bit of a luxury item, always comes out of me when I'm doing lightweight stuff. And it's just you can charge it up with a phone charge style there, micro USB, and it's just a little pump that gets everything pumped up quickly without using my breath. I'm running out of breath like I am doing now. Right, shut up, Andy. So that's what's in the rucksack. So you might be wondering what I'm wearing this time of year. These pants, can't remember the make of them, but they're actually ski pants, and they're fleece lined and they're breathable, waterproof. Saves putting over trousers on when I'm cycling, that kind of thing. I've got my Carry More leather boots on. In the pocket here I've got my batteries for the camera, because batteries like to be kept warm. There's a small pocket knife in there, spare lighter. So I've just got me, this is a, what makes this? Jack Wolfskin winter fleece on, underneath there, base layer, that's it. So that's my fleece. Black jacket is a soft shell cycling jacket. Again, I'd say shower proof. In a downpour it might get a bit wet at the seams, not too worried about that. So yeah, brilliant bit of kit, nice and warm, fleece lined as well. And obviously I've got my my waistcoat on. First aid kit, very important whenever you're in the woods mucking about with tools and fires and stuff. First aid kit, big ferrocerium rod, keys, that's pretty much it I think. Oh, and audio gear. But yeah, that's me. So I've just been to the bike, the panniers on the bike. This is what's in one side. Like I say, there's axes and stuff in the other side. So inside there is a folding windscreen, bushcraft gloves, 2 bottles of gas, one very nearly empty, the other one full. Not the best gas in the world to use this stuff in winter. It does ice up the sides. It doesn't perform very well. I've got my Primus Express Spider gas stove in there, and then in here it's just a little tin that I keep spare lighter, some magnesium and some hexamine blocks. That's for starting the fire later on, so we're not messing about too much with tinder. So with the pump you do get a fair few different attachments. Now I have said on a previous video that the attachment for the pillow is different from the actual mat, even though it's made by the same company. You would have thought that they'd make them all the same valve, but they're not. Just put all them away so I don't lose any, and then it's just a case of putting it on there. And it's pretty much done straight away. Now with this pillow, I can never remember if the valve's supposed to be out or in, so I usually do it twice till I find out which way it goes. That's it, got it right. So on these, the bag actually comes attached. You can take it off because there's a little press stud there that undoes this strap. And the idea behind the strap is it goes like that on your bed, just behind it, stops it slipping around in the night. So with the pump, I leave the attachment on for the sleeping mat if it goes down in the night. It's already set to go, and I leave that at the head end of my bed. Right, so the sleeping bag, the Marmot Always Summer, I got it wrong actually. Extreme level is -14, your comfort range is 5 degrees, and your limit is 1 degree. So yeah, we're going to get away with it, I think. If it was to go below 1, I think we'd still be alright, because I'm quite a hot sleeper anyway. But yeah, its limit is 1 degree. And the really nice thing about this sleeping bag, it opens both sides. So yeah, that's one little thing that I do like about this sleeping bag. Quite expensive, but it is lightweight, it's tucked down. It's all nylon, all the material is nylon, and it's I think it's 80% duck down fill with synthetics mixed in. Missed this. I really have missed this. bit more oil maybe. So I'm just going to leave this underneath there, keep it warm. Now we're black pudding. Right, good morning. It's been raining since 6 o'clock. I've had my morning brew, just about to break camp. The reason why it's called Ravens Reach is this is the area of the woodland where we get a lot of ravens in here, so that's why it's called Ravens Reach, just in case you was wondering. So I'm almost ready to break camp. Pretty much everything's packed away now. What I'm going to do with the one Tigris backwoods bungalow shelter is just stuff it into a dry bag, put it on front of the bike. I'm going to leave the ridge line here, I'm going to leave the bungees here, and I've left some rubbish here because obviously I've got to get rid of the fire pit at some point in the near future, so I'll have to come up one day with a bin liner. That'll be on a day when I'm actually working up here as well. So this year I'm going to be making a brand new bushcraft camp here, so stay tuned for that. Right, that's all that's got to be said. I'm waffling again. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe, especially if you like this kind of video I do. There'll be more to come in the future, and I'll see you all again, folks. Thanks for watching.